Well, here we are. It's April 2026, and how quickly time flies by. I thought I'd just stop for a minute and give you a bit of an update as to everything that's happening at AIRS and everything that's happening in the industry. At AIRS, it's really been a busy time for us. We've had a lot of changes happening in the last 6 months or so. One of the first things you'll have noticed is that we've got a new starter. Her name is Kasaya. She's our new claims administrator, and it's been really good to have her on board as we continue to ramp up our claims capability ahead of the launch of the mutual. So great to have her on board, and I'm sure you'll make her welcome as you continue to deal with her over time. One of the other things that we've had the opportunity to do over the past 2 or 3 months is a bunch of us have actually taken some leave in the early part of the year. It's probably the more quiet time for us, and I've managed to actually get a couple of months of long service leave, so that's been fantastic as well. Probably the other big thing though that you'll have noticed is that we've launched our new AIRS portal. It's been a full redesign, and you'll notice that the portal is a lot cleaner, a lot more simple, and we've kind of reset the foundation in Power Apps. We've had a complete overhaul of our cyber security, but for you, the member, the most important thing is there's some new features that we want to encourage you to use. So the first feature is our new Live Hub, and that's where you continually update your property, your changes in motor vehicles and things like that, your activities, and we want to continue to encourage you to update as you go. Rather than sort of wait until renewal and then do everything once a year, you've got the opportunity to keep that live. The renewal dashboard is currently being overhauled, and what you're going to find this year is the actual renewal information is going to be significantly less than in previous years, and that's because of the way we are processing information. Rather than collecting similar things year on year, we're able to keep last year's information and hold that over from year to year and only update what we actually have to update. There's a change happening in our claims portal, and that overhaul is going to be live in the next 2 weeks or so, so keep an eye open for that. The next thing we want to talk about is claims. We've had a pretty good year in terms of claims again this year. We've just finished the natural catastrophe season that usually kind of ends around about now. You'll have seen some pretty significant cyclones and flooding and fire. We've got off relatively unscathed, 1 or 2 decent sized claims, but nothing that's kind of going to be too significantly problematic for the group. So that's a good thing. We've had another pretty good year again in terms of abuse claims. That continues to be a low instance, particularly in terms of the last sort of 20 years of our claims period. It really is an ongoing testament to how well the Anglican Church and all of our Anglican members and the broader Anglican community have taken safeguarding of children and vulnerable people, and really taken it so seriously that we're seeing the results with the lack of claims that are coming in. The other area of claims that I do want to talk about is we have got some new arrangements in place particularly regarding Make Safe. We really want to encourage our members to be very diligent with their claims submission. As soon as you find out about it, we need to have that submitted into our office. We've now got national arrangements in place with Ambrose construct that's going to enable us to react very, very quickly. In the past, there's been often delays submitting to insurers and things like that, days of delays. We now have authorizations, we have arrangements in place that we can move very quickly. We can get people out on site within a matter of hours that remove a lot of those delays. So we're really encouraging our members to please move quickly. Sort of waiting for a week and then going, we'll get round to putting a claim in is probably less than optimal. We want to serve you, we want to help in these environments, and this is something that's kind of going to be more and more important moving forward. Okay, we want to talk about market conditions now. The market has been very interesting over the past sort of 12 months, and in some ways there's been a lot of stabilization, but then some areas there's been a little bit of flux, particularly internationally. The moment you start having major events with oil crisis and people, invading other countries and things like that, cost of living crisis, things like that, there is always insurance impact in terms of the flow on of costs and things like that. So it's a very interesting insurance environment at the moment. But in terms of how that applies to us and how that impacts our members, there's a couple of things that we really need to be aware of. The first thing is, the good news, I think, in many ways, is that pricing has remained very stable. So we're not looking at big increases in prices on, property insurance and liability insurance and some of these things. There's still good downward pressure on pricing. I'm encouraging people when they're looking at their budgets, probably do fairly similar to what you had last year in terms of the numbers that you're putting in there for your premium budget. The second thing is, though, and this is a really important, I think, development, is insurers, while there is competition in the market, insurers are being very, very discerning when it comes to the risks that they take on, but more importantly, the risk management that sits around individual risks. This is going to be something that as a group that we're going to have to really manage and sort of start getting used to moving forward. I guess historically it's been kind of a bit of a group program where kind of everybody gets the same benefits and things like that, but we're really genuinely starting to move into an environment where there's going to be more demands on individual properties. So we're going to need to start having conversations around particularly natural catastrophe exposure. Those kind of things now are going to be becoming more and more prevalent, and insurers and reinsurers have certain expectations around those things that we are going to have to that we will have in conversation with members about. Finally, we want to give you an update on the Anglican Mutual. There's been a lot happening over the last 6 months. Most of it's foundational and sitting in the background, but one of the things that I'm really happy to announce is that we're establishing what is called a mutual reference group. As part of the overall governance structure, built in is a new group that exists for members. Every member is going to be able to nominate somebody to participate in the mutual reference group. They'll meet every couple of months, and the idea is that it will be the primary way that the members are able to provide feedback on products or pricing or any questions, I guess, of the mutual. It will be mandatory for the staff to be involved in it, so we will be there to listen. And also the board has committed to having at least one director at every member reference group meeting. So we are really looking forward to putting that in place. We're actually going to start that pretty soon. And we're not going to wait until October when the mutual launches. We're actually going to start that pretty soon so that we can start getting the feedback in place shortly. So we're expecting the first meeting to happen in the first week in June. I will be emailing some details around about that shortly in the next couple of weeks. We do have a board meeting on the 5th of May, and we're expecting the terms of reference to be ratified by the board on that day. And then in a couple of days after that, I'll certainly email the terms of reference for the mutual reference group. Like I say, everyone will be able to participate. Everyone will be able to nominate one person to participate in that group. Really looking forward to that group starting, and we'll start to hunt through some of these documents, member rules and constitutions and things like that with the membership, but in a really structured and formal way. It's exciting, and things are shaping up really, really well. We're very committed to this effort. We think it's going to be a great benefit to the Anglican community broadly, and it's nearly go time. So we're looking forward to that. All right, well, that's a lot of information. You've heard enough from me. As always, our team is super keen to connect with you. And if your group, if your any of your stakeholders within your organisation wants to have a conversation about the mutual in particular, or even just a general insurance update, I would love to hear from you. So please, I'm available. I'm happy to jump on a plane and come and see you, or I can do it online. Anyway, we're just here to serve. And so I'm looking forward to how we go over the next 12 months. Bless you guys. We'll chat soon.